What's up guys, welcome to King's RC, and in this video we're going to be installing the Hobbywing XD10 Pro ESC and the D10 motor. This ESC is designed specifically for drifting, so it's going to be good. And also I have paired up with the Bluetooth module here so we can program this ESC. And another thing, I've got another RS ST servo. And if you've missed the last video, I did some upgrades on this. Here's a link up the top here. I've already installed one of these Rev D servos, but I took it out to match my yoke on my car, which is all red, as that one was an anniversary version. And yeah, it had a nice red case on there, but this one is actually much cheaper. It's about $40 less than the anniversary version, but it's pretty much the same thing. You know, regards to specs and all that, and still programmable. It's just the casing is not as fancy as the anniversary version. So yeah, I decided to just go with this, as I'm not really going to go full bling on this car. I've also installed the MB arms, and let me show you quickly what the MB arms is all about. So basically what it does is it gives you active tow. So once you start sliding around the corner and the shocks start to compress, if you can see there, I've got no toe on the rear at all. So once that starts to compress, you see the wheel there starts to toe in. And I have noticed, and I have driven it with the MB arms, and I've noticed that it does actually help a little bit. I mean, it's rather than sliding out and your car spins out, it sort of just slows down until it straightens back up again. So that's just what I've noticed, and yeah, I think it is worth the upgrade on this. I think the pack is about 70 bucks, so you get the kit and everything with it. And yeah, let's get these bad boys unboxed and get to the installation. Boom, look at that guys, that looks sick. Now the best thing I love about it is the wires are already pre-soldered, and soldering wires to these is such a pain in the ass. Unless you're a pro, then yeah, you're gonna get it done well, but I've soldered on ESCs like this before, and yeah, I didn't really do a good job. So yeah, this is a bonus, having to not solder the wires. So you got some bullet plugs that come with it, and that should go straight into the motor here. That fan looks so nice, look at that. That looks beautiful. Mirror finish in there. The switch feels really good quality. But that's what you expect with Hobbywing guys, always good quality. Right there. Fan plug, that's where the fan plugs in, and the programmer card goes in there. Boom. That looks killer. Look at that. It's probably one of the best looking motors I've seen, or I own anyway, so it looks real nice. It's got an internal fan in there, and apparently it's meant to be pretty easy to pull apart for a service. Just undo these screws and the whole thing falls apart, and you can give it a good clean. So the Rev D servo guys is pretty much all I use in all my drifters, and I haven't had to adjust the speed or anything and reprogram them, because I've been happy with how they are out the box. So yeah, so if you want one of these and you're on a bit of a budget, you know, this is a lot cheaper than the anniversary version, and it's literally the same thing. Like, this is still aluminium case and metal gears, so technically the same thing. But all right guys, so let's get these bad boys installed and see how it runs. Alright guys, so that's the ESC and motor installed in the chassis now, and I've pretty much just, you know, done a quick job on the wiring. I haven't trimmed it or anything to the correct length and make it look neater, because I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to keep this combo in the chassis yet. So once I get it all done and I'm 100% sure I want to keep it together, then that's when I'll start chopping it all up and making it look neater. But for now, it's just gonna stay like that just in case. So alright, so now to install the servo, but I won't be installing the MST gyro that came with this car, as this was the ready to run. The reason being is I don't like the way it drives, but it did improve when I changed the stock servo to this Rev D one. Nothing completely wrong with it, it's just my own personal preference. I don't like the way it drives. I think it was just still a little bit too jittery for me. I mean, the car worked fine, you know, you can get around the track and all that, but yeah, it just wasn't my cup of tea. So what I'm gonna do is I'll be installing this Daruma Oniseki gyro here. So yeah, this gyro feels pretty good. I have run it and I like the way it drives, so I'm gonna pair this up with the Rev D and install it in the RMX. So yeah, I'm just gonna install that, guys, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, so everything installed. I know it looks a bit ugly right now, but you know, I'll get this car set up and then work on how it looks and set it up more neater later. Alright guys, so we got the battery plugged in, running on 2S LiPo. She's ready to go, so let's power it up. Got the controller switched on and the ESC on right there, and there it is, fans automatically on. Super smooth, guys, it's really responsive. So yeah, that's just running stock out the box, and we'll get the program card plugged in and see if we can get some boost on this bad boy. So we need to install, which I've already done, the Hobbywing Link V2 app, and yeah, switch the ESC on. And you see the red light on the Bluetooth module. Press the link button here, and then it should just detect it straight away. So that should be connected to the ESC already. You've got parameters, firmware update. Check the firmware update. And yes, there's an update for it, but I'll probably do that later. And we got data log here, so it records all the data, pretty much your what your ESC's been up to. So yeah, it's got all the temperature, motor temp, max RPM, and pretty much all you need to know, but I don't even really look at that. So we'll go back to the parameters here, and here's all our settings. Hope this has come clear. So here's our settings: running mode, forward reversing brake, max reverse force. I usually just leave all that. Cutoff voltage, I like to go to 3.8. So 3.8 is the storage voltage on your LiPo. That way, if you cut it off there, you don't have to plug your battery into the charger and put it on storage mode if you're not going to use it for a while. So that's kind of handy. BEC voltage. Now the Rev D servo can handle 7.2 volts, 2 or 4 volts. So just go to 7.2. Motor rotation, we've got that. Oh, we had that right. So throttle control, so what we want to do is we want to activate that boost. So I'll just leave all that the way it is for now. And drag brake, I've got 0 drag brake. Sometimes it helps to have a bit of drag brake, but I like to, you know, be able to control the drag brake, the brake myself when I'm going around corners and that. So timing, boost timing, this is where we want to activate that boost. So we'll probably go to 25 for now, 25. And boost timing activation will go to RPMs. Alright, so boost start RPM is when you're obviously where your boost will start to activate. So I will go to 35,000, which is the max, and the boost and RPMs, you know, I've just maxed it out to 60,000 RPM. Turbo timing, I will go to 30. Press save. So that's saving. That's now installed in the ESC. So oh yeah, and with the turbo delay and turbo increase rate, I just got them all instant. So yeah, so pretty much 30 on the turbo timing and 25 on the boost. So let's see what she sounds like. So let's switch off the ESC, unplug the Bluetooth module here, and then just switch it back on. And now this will sound totally different. So there's that boost, guys. Oh. You can feel the power. It's insane, look at that. So basically with the boost start, I had it at the max, so I want it right at the end. So I don't like to have boost running all the time, so I just like to have it in the end just to get me out of trouble. So if you look at here, no boost, and as soon as I get to the end of my trigger, so you really got to pull back right at the end to get that extra boost. So there you go, guys. That's the Hobbywing XD10 Pro ESC and the D10 motor, 10.5 turn. And yeah, if you decide to get this, I recommend you get the Bluetooth module as well. You know, as you've just seen, it's very easy to plug in and get started on with your phone. And yeah, just keep messing around with the settings and until you get the right spot and how you like to run it. And yeah, the settings I show you just then is how I like to run mine. So you know, everyone runs it different. So, and yeah, stay tuned and we'll get a running video on this bad boy. Hit that like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.